Hello, friends. Myself, Dr. Vishal Tidke, and here we are going to study the Introduction to Financial Management. Friends, at the end of this particular session, you will be able to understand the concept of finance. So, finance has basically been coined for two different situations. One is it's a synonym for a term called finance, and secondly, finance is provision of money at the time when it is required. So many times you would have seen when your family needs some money, so you used to talk to your parents. Hey, Papa, are you going to give me finance for purchasing a laptop? Because I'm going to take an admission for an artificial intelligence course. So therein, when you use the term finance, it is nothing but the provision of money at the time when it is required. And of course, as a synonym for money, we several times use finance as the word. So, friends, basically, you can classify finance amongst public finance, private finance, institutional finance, and international finance. So, when it comes to public finance, we're talking about the terms like the budget, taxes, the annual union budget of Government of India, also the purchasing power of the people living in the country, inflation rate of a particular economy. So all these discussions become a integral part of public finance. Of course, the dates of the country or the total produce of the country and the gross domestic production and the net income or the reserves of a particular economy is also a part of public finance. Similarly, when you talk about the finance and financial activities related to your family, like how much money you are going to provide for your future contingencies, for your kids' education, for healthcare requirement, or for some festival expenditures, or how much money you would be investing in stock markets or different investment opportunities, or how are you going to manage your annual budget. So all these discussions of you as well as your family will be a part of private finance. When it comes to institutional finance, you all know the great giant companies like Tata Motors, Telco, or companies like Reliance, Mahindra, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Accenture, Tesla, or IBM, Apple. So all of these companies also have the situations like the total profit earned or the total expenditures, the amount of capital, the cost of capital, the amount of expenditure onto salary, the future expansionary requirement and the money required for the same. So such discussions and activities would be termed under institutional finance. And lastly, international finance. When we talk about the World Economic Forum, when we talk about the SAARC nations, or when we talk about the European countries, when we talk about the total import export happened throughout the globe. So all such discussions will become an integral part of international finance. So this way we can understand the term called finance. Taking it to further, friends, business finance. So simply when we all talk about the planning, raising, controlling, and administering the funds related to the businesses, then we call that as a business finance. So when we talk about how much money Reliance is going to invest in purchasing an asset at America, so that becomes an integral part of business finance. Or if some company has decided to provide the dividend to their shareholders at the end of the financial year, so that becomes an integral discussion of business finance. Taking it to the next, friends, business finance majorly includes the loans and deposits and issues related to that, capital issues, financial market issues, and foreign market issues. I hope you have understood a little bit about the term called finance. So let's hope that you are in a position to explain the concept called finance and also in a position to explain business finance. For other things, you can connect me on my given number. And thanks for watching the video with the expectation that my forthcoming video would also be watched in large numbers. Thank you.